Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing The Legend of Korra. This is Book 1, Chapter 2, titled A Leaf in the Wind. Is that a Firefly reference there, or Serenity reference? And just, that's not nice. That's making us think of losing a character that we love in a franchise that we love as well, and that got cancelled way too early, or it shouldn't have been cancelled at all. Either way, this is Legend of Korra. It's just the title is really, we can't help but think
It
of
rips up in something that's not yet healed.
yes. Exactly, still not over it. Anywho, the first episode, really enjoyed it. A lot of ties back to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Characters we know, some who are still alive, or at least Katara still alive, and then it seems like everybody else they might have passed on by this point. But wow, different world, different look to the series, more polished, more production value. So yeah, just the animation looks a little bit different, but still in the same vein. So happy that we started this series actually, and we stayed in this world. I was not ready to say goodbye to the world as a whole, even though we know still that this series is very different from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we shouldn't expect Avatar 2.0, so to say. But are you ready to jump into this one?
Yes.
Yes, let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for The Legend of Korra. We are one episode ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Let's go.
Hi, baby.
You're here to finish your avatar training.
Is that why you're keeping the White Lotus sentries around to watch my every move?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's gonna go there.
Yep.
So, my mother informed me that you've never been able to airbend.
Lemurs.
Often the element that's the most difficult for the avatar to master is the one most opposite to the avatar's personality. For Aang, it was earthbending.
And make it to the other side without touching them.
Seems easy enough.
Jinora forgot to say you have to make it through while the gates are spinning.
Whoa.
Good luck.
The key is to be like the leaf. Airbending is all about spiral movements.
Very Aang-like movements.
Liz.
Let's do this.
She's gonna bump into, yeah.
Yep.
So I get the title now, at least. Leaf in the Wind, which Korra is not.
Nope.
Airbend!
Her.
Quest for a spot in the upcoming championship tournament.
We had a radio just like that when I grew up. The same look and everything.
This Mucko's got moxie. He advances, fires.
You got moxie, kid.
Elmo is hammered by
Yes, very much 20s and 30s.
Korra, come down here, please. I don't want you listening to this distracting nonsense.
I can definitely hear it's J.K. Simmons now.
You didn't say.
Look at Milo. He's able to meditate peacefully.
He's sleeping.
At least he has the relaxing part down.
Whatever. None of this airbending stuff makes any sense to me.
One day, they'll just click.
Yeah, it's not sinking in yet. I'm gonna go get a glass of lychee juice.
Daddy, can I have some lychee juice too?
No.
No. She's very impatient.
Mhm.
And yeah, you were right. Sneaking off.
Damn.
Yeah, that's bright.
Yep.
Oh, a gem.
No, wait!
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. You see, we're together.
Well, not together, more like friends.
Right, friends. No, I didn't mean to imply.
Oh, you implied it.
I don't care what you are. I got work to do.
Best seats in the house, huh?
Whoa. Unbelievable.
Damn. What is this?
Mako? Wow, I heard you play on the radio.
Mako.
Come on, Bolin, we're up.
Good luck. Knock him out.
And they're off. The two teams waste no time trying to blast each other out of Zone 1. While Mucko showcases his trademark cool under fire style.
Is he by any chance related?
To Iroh?
To Suko?
Or Suko, yeah?
Tigadillos get the green light and advance into ferret territory.
Ticadillo! Oh.
It's one apiece. Still anyone's match as we go into the third and final round.
This is tense.
Yeah.
Don't want it. Oh, too late.
Oh no.
He's bobbing and weaving. He's weaving and bobbing. But he's not hitting back. Out. And his plan is working. Han is in the pool of the firelight. I can't even
Whoop.
see where the fire ferret is. It's a knockout.
Damn.
Way to go, Mako. I thought it was pronounced Mako.
Oh, and she's smitten.
Yes!
That was amazing!
You did more harm than good out there.
Get off my case, pal.
You're still here?
Oh, you're still a jerk?
Ooh!
Anyway, I'm actually an earthbender.
I didn't mean to assume. Because I was just figuring. Water tribe, you know.
I'm a waterbender and a firebender.
I'm very confused right now. You're the Avatar, and I'm an idiot. No way.
Avatar.
Is he related to Sokka in any way?
You're a natural at this. Not bad.
What's it take to impress this guy?
What? I said not bad.
Patience, Korra.
Oh, no. Don't. Why? Korra.
Is a 2,000-year-old historical treasure. What?
What?
Korra, this isn't something you can force.
You're a terrible teacher!
Ugh.
Yeah, you're a terrible teacher, Daddy.
Oh. Poor Tenzin.
Yeah.
You must promise me that your teenage years won't be like this.
I will make no such promises.
This looks a no good, no show.
You got 2 minutes to come
Oh, she's gonna go.
You're disqualified.
She's gonna join
there
them.
goes our shot at the tournament. And the winning.
So yeah, of course, she'd much rather focus on this, you know, instead of training, actual training.
Time's up. You in or out?
We're in!
We are? Yes. Hey, I didn't agree to this.
You can thank me later.
Looks like the fire ferrets have ferreted out a last-minute replacement waterbender. Let's see if she's another diamond in the rough like the brother.
That announcer voice, I almost can't take it seriously.
Ah!
Man overboard!
No.
Fire ferret waterbender penalty.
You're only allowed to knock players off the back of the ring.
Yeah, why
not
do you
the
think?
Sides?
Oh,
What do you think the railings are for?
I'm not so sure this replacement player knows what she's doing.
Move back to zone 3.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Did that waterbender just earth bend?
Foul, I think.
Have you seen Korra this evening?
She's the Avatar, folks, playing in a pro-bending match. Can you believe
She is very different from Aang. Very different.
they're giving her their best, and her best ain't good enough to stop it. And she's in the drink.
oh, hey, Tenzin. This is what I need to learn. Modern styles of fighting.
Being the Avatar isn't all about fighting, Korra.
Oh, maybe he can use.
Hold the phone. Stop the presses. She's still in the game, folks.
There we
She's looking
go.
like an entirely different player.
There it is.
How about that?
Yeah. What did you say about not needing airbending again, Korra?
Knockout. The fire. What an upset, folks.
You are a natural.
Thanks, but I can't take all the credit. Someone else taught me those moves.
Pro bending turned out to be the perfect teaching tool for you.
By the way, I kind of permanently joined the Fire Ferrets and we're playing in the tournament in a couple of weeks.
Of course she did. So her and Mako, they're gonna become a thing.
Possibly.
Possibly. So that was chapter 2, A Leaf in the Wind. No, it did not specifically refer to Firefly or Serenity, but yeah, it was all about airbending. And yeah, she needs to learn that. And it's more about, okay, how is she gonna learn it and go about it? What's the right teaching methods gonna be here? Because she is very impatient. But I like the way that it ended, and we're still getting to learn more about the world and the state of the world at the moment, and the fact that it is very 20s, 30s, New York almost. Is what I'm getting from this. And yeah, it is getting, it's closer to our world, our reality, than what Avatar: The Last Airbender was. And I don't really know what I prefer there. Like it seems like, even though the world was at war during The Last Airbender, but yeah, they of course won in the end, and there was peace and prosperity, hopefully. But it does just seem like that world, it may have been better back then than what it is now. It became too modern and civilized, and I don't know. It's
Pros and cons, man.
Pros and cons, exactly. Pros and cons, and then we did talk about it with the last one. But yeah, another very enjoyable episode. I'm really getting into this and getting into the world and the characters. I think so far Tencent is probably my favorite, but I'm sure we're gonna meet many other interesting characters along the way. And we got to meet some more in this one with the addition of this bending sport, with the teams of 3 going up against each other, and then got acquainted with these 2 brothers, Mako, and I actually don't even remember the name of the first guy who approached her. But he reminds me very much of Sokka.
A little bit,
just his mannerisms and the way he's saying and doing stuff. A little bit. And it is interesting getting to see the airbending training, because we didn't get to see that at all, obviously, in the previous series, because he was already an airbender and he needed to master the other elements. In this one, she is older than Aang was. She is more of a teenager, and I'm getting the sense that this is like, we're getting more of a teenager vibe from this series overall. But she's already mastered those 3 elements, water, earth, and fire. So obviously she only needs air. And that is very different. And he said something interesting.
I think that was the last one, right?
Or was it in the last one?
Or was it in this one? No.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
I think so. But yeah. Okay. Just go ahead.
He said that. Oh yeah, it actually might have been in the last one. Anyway, he said that airbending is the most difficult for her because it's like the opposite of
her personality.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Or I can see that in Korra. And then he said earthbending was the opposite to Aang's personality.
I think they already touched upon this in Last Airbender when Aang was supposed to, or when he was learning earthbending. It was definitely the hardest one for him because it's so different from him. The way that like earthbending was all about standing your ground and facing the problems head on, and always
the opposite of what Aang did. Yeah, you're right. I can definitely see it. And I was thinking firebending, but that was not because it was opposite to his personality. That was just because he did it too early on, and he ended up hurting Katara, and then he just didn't want to firebend anymore. He was afraid to do it. So I can totally see it now that it does make a lot of sense, of course.
And Korra is definitely facing things a little bit too much head on. Like she's like, okay, let's do this, and just running straight into the problems and just trying to solve them on the way. Whereas she needed that, buoyancy, I would like to say, but like this fluidity and like this almost like she would. It's kind of like deflection, like. Trying to...
exactly. And be more like that. Be more like Aang. Be more like an airbender. And she is just facing, or just going at it and trying to solve everything with force. It seems like, even so much so that Tencent, he was like, I've obviously, yes, I have been teaching you the wrong way. You don't respond to anything but force. But then he saw her at the sporting event there at the match, and how she was actually using what she just learned in that situation. So it's more about that, and yeah, that takes us back to what we said from the get-go after watching the episode, that yeah, he might have just found the right way to teach her, or at least appeal to her, and how she uses bending, and her personality very much.
Yeah, and I think that's a big, huge lesson here is you're only as good as your teacher, in the way that they have to go down or up or whatever, they have to meet you at the same level, and they have to cater to you. And I know this a bit because I have been there myself, and now I'm also a bit like a teacher, so it definitely
not a bit, you are a teacher.
I am a teacher, yeah, and I'm teaching a very boring very boring subject, so
depends on who you ask, I'm sure.
Yeah, but for me it's awesome, but for young people
for some of the students it might not be what they want to get into. So yeah, exactly, it is. And I've done some teaching as well, so I definitely know that feeling where it's like, okay, I can reach some of the children, or a portion of the students with these methods, but there are some of them where I have to do things differently to reach them. So yeah, you're definitely right that it's like both the teacher and the student, they have to meet each other, because you as a student, you also have to want to be taught. There's that element as well. If you just reject everything, and I've definitely had students or kids that did not want to get taught at all, or be taught by anyone about anything. But yeah, it's about reaching and seeing eye to eye in these situations. So yeah, I think it's cool they're getting into it, and once again, very intrigued by this whole thing, and I already feel like I'm like getting attached to the story and these characters.
And it already, of course, with the whole teaching thing, it resonates a lot with me. So I think it's a good sign that already now there's huge parts that's resonating with me. And
yeah. I like it. I actually, I have enjoyed the first 2 episodes. The music as well. It's actually kind of a hit and miss for me with the music.
Sometimes it's very beautiful. I think there was a shot in the last one where they had like some cello music or something. And that was very like somber and beautiful. And then
to me, it's like when the music has more of an Asian inspiration, it sounds like, and it is more in line with also some of the music we got in the last Airbender, then that's what I really like. But then sometimes it gets very 20s 30s Americanized, and kind of when she was going through the city, both in the first one, and then we got some of it in this one when she was trying out, and when things aren't really going her way, or that we get this kind of comedic music with some horns and some drums, and I don't know, it is very 1920s and 30s kind of, but it's kind of a contrast to the other kind of music that we're getting, to me at least.
It's supposed to reflect that switch.
Definitely. I'm not saying that it doesn't fit at all. It's just me personally.
Oh, your own personal taste.
Yeah, it's just my own personal taste that
I will not dispute that.
Yes, that I like the some of the music more than the other. But anywho, yeah. Now I'm starting to ramble and mumble again. So it's a good sign that we're nearing the end of the discussion, unless you have anything you want to add to it.
I don't think so. I think
we got through pretty much all of it. All right, fair enough. Then that's going to do it for this reaction and review of The Legend of Korra. Can't wait to watch more. Thank you so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.